Hello everybody, this is test route 7 for Leicester, and it's test route 7 of 15, and this is Leicester Tigers Road in South Wigston. We're just turning on to Tigers Road now, and we're going to turn right at the mini roundabout, which is going to take us on to Saffron Road. So we're on Saffron Road. Hopefully the sunshine isn't, you know, getting in the way of the camera. Now, if you want to see the other 14 test routes in this series, because this is one of 15, then just look on the, just subscribe and look on the YouTube channel, the Driving Test Wizard, and you'll see all of the driving tests for South Wigston in Leicester on there. Also, there's some videos about the Pie Island and other things as well. We're going to turn left here when we get to the traffic lights at the end of Saffron Road. Test route number 7. Turning left at the traffic lights. And when we come into this is Blaby Road, St Thomas Road, and then Blaby Road. We're going to take the first left again. We'll take the first left, and that will take us into Clifford Street. Also, you'll be able to see the whole test route listed out in the description box, as always. As with all the test route videos, you'll be able to see all the test routes listed out in the description box, so you can follow them that way as well. And this takes us into Clifford Street then. And on Clifford Street we can see it's a one-way street, this. And luckily we're going the right way. And when we get to the end of the road though, we're going to turn right. Just going to allow this lady time to get out of the way. There's also somebody standing in the road there at the end. So we're going to be quite careful of him. We're turning right, and we need to be on the right hand lane as we approach the end of the road, since it is a one-way street. Just creeping out, peeping and creeping. Just going to get ourselves around the dustbin lorry. I'm just going to turn the film off whilst we get past the dustbin lorry. There we go, just got past the dustbin lorry there now. Took about 5 minutes. We were very busy. And we're still on this road. We're just going to follow this road around. Kirkdale Road this is. It bends sharply here to the right. It's important then that we stay in the left hand side of that, because there is, like that car, always things coming round that corner. This takes us into Station Road now. We're in Station Road in South Wigston, and we're going to go to the end of the road, and then we're going to turn left. It's all very narrow streets around this part, actually. We're turning left there. I've got to be careful we don't put the back wheels on the curb here as we move out and around. There's a speed bump then. I'm just going to go down that. And there we are. So there's a roundabout coming up just where Tesco's is. And we're on Blaby Road again. We're at a roundabout coming up. And we are now going straight ahead. So we need to be in the right hand lane on this one. I'm just going to follow that around. Not going into Tesco's. Seems very busy in there today. past the pedestrian crossing. There's a little bit of a traffic queue in front of us now, and I'm not quite sure why that is. The traffic is moving further up the road though, so yeah, perhaps it was just someone who was waiting to turn right and blocking the road up in that way. But we do seem to be moving quite freely at this point. We're going past Lidl, which used to be Premier Drum actually when I was younger. So anyway, we're going past Lidl over the railway bridge here. So we're coming out of South Wigston and we're moving into Wigston itself. The traffic lights are on red. Now as we come up to these traffic lights here, which are just outside the old swimming pool, there'll be 2 lanes on approach, and we must be, to go straight ahead, we must be in the left hand lane. The right hand lane takes us into the gym, takes us into the Everyone Active gym and to the school there. So the left hand lane is the one that we need. It's going to take us straight ahead. The lights have gone on to green now, so hopefully we may be able to get through. If we do, we do. If we don't, we'll just wait. It's not a problem. That's it. So there we are. We've put ourselves in the left hand lane, and that's going to take us through this junction. Once we're through there, then we're going to take the next road on the left from this road. This is now Station Road in Wigston, so there's 2 station roads quite close to each other. A bit confusing, but there it is. I think there's some temporary lights just around the bend there. The lorry's moving forward, so I think we might be able to get up to Manor Road and not be too stuck in the traffic. Car in front of us has just stalled, and now he's moving on. So we're going to take the next left, and that's outside the Wigston Academy. Opposite to that, into Manor Street, not Manor Road, Manor Street. Just looking up the road there's a white van that seems to want to come through here, so I'm just going to give him a bit of room, see what he wants to do. There you go. I'm trying to give him, by stopping this far back, I'm trying to give him more room than he needs, and in the end that means I will have more room than I need, so it's a win-win situation, that one. We're going to go all the way to the end of Manor Street, and then we're going to turn right. We're going to turn right at the end. And that'll take us on to Queen's Drive. So we've come to the end of Manor Street, we're turning right, and that's taken us on to Queen's Drive, which does bend around to the left. Almost immediately you're on it. And we're not on Queen's Drive for very long, because we're going to turn right at the end of this road as well now. Just making sure that it's clear. It's quite an open junction this, although always use first gear, that's my advice. And then we're going to turn right again. So we turn right from Queen's Drive onto West Avenue, and now we're going to turn from West Avenue onto Holmdon Avenue. Turning right, and then we're going to turn immediately left into Central Avenue. Lots of avenues around here. So Central Avenue, lots of speed bumps, quite wide road though. Some people going quite slow along it. Quite a wide road. Do expect to do a parallel park along here. You can see there's lots of opportunities for that. Also expect to do to stop on the wrong side of the road, or the right hand side of the road I should say, and do your kind of reversing back a length or so and then rejoining the traffic. And as we make our way along Central Avenue, we can see then that it becomes more narrow and more populated with parked cars at the same time. And all of these cars, I suppose most of them will be just parked outside their house, but some of them will be parked so they can walk into the town. So we're not that far away from the town in Wigston. I'm just going to take it really steady, just because it's a blind bend. I just need to make sure that it's clear there before I commit myself. Yep, it is clear. And a good job I did, really, because, you know, there's no real way to stop, is there? And to let people through. Anyway, we'll get to the end of the road, then we're going to turn left. So when we turn left here, that brings us on to Long Street, and that's going to bring us into where all the shops are in Wigston. Does anyone want to use the crossing? No, that's fine. We're just following this road around, and we'll come up to here. As we come around the next bend, you'll see a roundabout, a mini roundabout ahead of you, and we're going to go straight ahead at that mini roundabout. And for this one, we need to be in the right hand lane according to the arrows on the road. We drop the car into second gear. One, because it's a roundabout, we need to be in second gear to go around it, really. And two, because as we come off of this roundabout, we come into a 20-mile-an-hour zone. So it's just 20 miles an hour. So what I'll do is I'll leave the car in second gear, and that will help me to stay at 20 or below as I go through this space or down this road. So not much happening along here really today, but here we are, the vans come out of our way. We can see down the road now, and we're going to turn right. We're going to take the next road on the right. And this is Wakes Road, so we've turned from, that was actually Long Street or Leicester Road in Wigston, and now we've turned into Wakes Road, and we're going to turn right again at the roundabout. Looks pretty clear for us. Our lights are on green, and because we're turning right, we're in the lane next to the island, and then we're going to spiral out into the lane the furthest away from the island, and we need to stop at these lights here now. So that's a spiral roundabout there at the end of Wakes Road, and that's the one where McDonald's is. It's just along there, and it's a spiral roundabout. And as we come forward from here, it's going to take us into Bell Street. I always call this Bell Street and I always get it wrong. It's called something else. It's Bell something anyway. Bell Ed, I think it is. What do I know? Listen, I'm not the person in charge of what the streets are called. So anyway, there we are. When we come down here, this is 30 zone as well. First of all, there's a crossing. There's nobody on the crossing today, so we're fine with that. I come past where Aldi is on our right, and there should be some traffic lights down there, and there's the traffic lights, and when we get to those lights, we're going to be turning left. Bushloe Street, not Bell Street, Bushloe Street. Okay, so we're turning left. When we're turning left, we're going to turn into Kellmarsh Avenue. Now I do know that's called Kellmarsh Avenue because I can read it, it says it on the sign there. So there we go. So that's a bit of a, that makes it easier for me. Kellmarsh Avenue. Now, Kellmarsh Avenue is quite a long road. We're going to go all the way to the end of it. It is a 30 zone though, and it bends around to the right like this quite a lot. And as it does that, try and make sure that you're keeping on the left hand side of the road. What you'll see a lot of people do is cut that off. So then they drift into the centre really, and obviously that's not the right thing to do. So all the way around Kellmarsh Avenue. There's a good opportunity for the examiner here to ask you to pull in on the left so that you can do a hill start. There's a car that's right on my bumper, my back bumper at the moment. It's a big SUV and it is all, I'm doing 29 miles an hour, just under the speed limit. It's all over my back bumper trying to overtake me. It's bizarre, on this bendy road as well. Anyway, there it is. So when we come to the end of the road, we're going to turn right. So on Kellmarsh Avenue, end of the road, turning right into Meadow Way. SUV's turned off now, so that's fine. Again, Meadow Way is quite a long road as well, excuse me, it's quite a long road as well, but we're going to, when we get to the end of it, we're going to turn right again, and that's going to take us into Newton Lane. It's quite quiet around it, it's very busy in the town centre. With it being a Friday and everyone's getting their provisions in. People are getting more provisions in now, of course, because of all the corona virus, you know, pandemic. People are stocking up. So in the town centre, very, very busy. Out here, hardly anything at all. As we come down to the end of the road here, we can see there's some traffic lights. We're going to be going straight ahead at those lights. And these lights, they're on red for quite a while sometimes. It does seem that way. You seem to be sitting there for a little while. But we're kind of 1, 2, 3, 4 back in the queue. So maybe they'll change quicker for us today because they've already been on red a little while. Just to let you know where we are, just opposite us there's the Joseph Morris Butchers that we're going to pass. You'll get very nice pork pies in there around Christmas time. And just in front of us is Moat Street. So when these lights change, that's where we'll be going straight ahead. They may change at on some day. Someday they'll change, and we can all move on with our lives. There we go. Lights have changed. As you come through this junction to go straight ahead, you must go a little bit to the right, to the left, and then to the right, and that will take you then into Moat Street. We're just following this Moat Street along now. I have a feeling that we're going to come to some temporary lights because there was some earlier on this road. They may have packed up by now and gone home, let's hope so. round the corner here, we're going to go straight ahead at the mini roundabout, and this is the one on Moat Street. Now the thing about this is it's very blind to your right, so do be in first gear about here, and then just creep forward, because you can't really see until you get to about here. You're well over the line, you can't really see if it's going to be clear to go, and because that red car's turning left, we can go there now. So it's quite a tricky one, that one, quite a dangerous one. You have to put yourself over the line really to see when it's going to be clear. At this roundabout, we're going to go straight ahead, this mini roundabout as well, just going straight on, following the road ahead. It looks like we are coming up to a traffic queue, and this may be where the temporary lights were earlier. Let's just see. I can see that they're on red. They're not very far down the road. I can see that they're on red now, so they should change any second, and if they do, then we'll carry on. Yep, they're just changing now, just gone on to green, so we should see the cars in front of us starting to move on, which they are doing. And now it's our turn, and we'll move on with them. It's just beginning to rain. And with any luck, they'll stay green for long enough for us to get through the lights. Yep, there you go. So that wasn't too bad in the end, really. I'm sure later on, when it's kind of you know, school run time, or later than that when it's rush hour time, that queue will be very, very long. And you might be stuck there for 15-20 minutes. So Moat Street has changed back now into Station Road. In the end, this Station Road will then turn again into Blaby Road. So there's no junction or anything, they just, one road becomes the next road. Not quite sure why that happens, but it does. It very often happens in a lot of places, particularly where you have a long road like this. The lights are on red. It says keep clear. We can get over the keep clear sign though, so that's fine. And we're going to stop so we can still see the tyres of the Citroen C5 in front of us. We can still see its tyres on the road. Looks like that was just a short, sharp shower, and it looks like it's, oh, has it stopped raining? I don't know. Let's have another look. Right, it's only spotting now. So we'll see when these lights change. Now when these lights do change, we're going to go straight ahead at the traffic lights, and we'll be just following this road ahead now for a few moments actually. There they go. Up and over the railway bridge. And we're going back down past Lidl's again and past Tesco's. Now these Lidl's and Tesco's on your right hand side there, it's a good opportunity for the examiner to pull you into a car park there, so you can do some bay parking. Very often in Wigston though, they'll do the bay parking in the test centre car park, but also they'll do it, you know, outside of that as well, just in the kind of car parks and things that are dotted around. We're going to be following the road ahead when we get to this mini roundabout here as well. Going past Tesco's. And we're just going to wait for a second or two because there's people coming out of there and going the same direction as us, so that's fine. We'll let them go through first. And then as we come away from Tesco's, we're going to find another mini roundabout there, and we're going to go straight ahead at that one. So following the road. Again, for a mini roundabout, going straight ahead, first of all, we don't need to indicate, and also we don't need to indicate when we're coming off either. And because this is just a crossing, these traffic lights, if I take it steady enough, if I time this right, then it should change before we get there. It should change back to amber and then green, and then we can go. Where they're pedestrian crossings, in general terms, they stay on red for about the time it takes someone to walk over the road, perhaps just a little bit longer. So if you see them change onto red and you're a little way back, you can time yourself so that you don't need to stop dead, and you can just drift up and drift through. These are not going to do that though. These ones are on red and we are going to need to wait. Now you will have noticed I've put myself into the right hand lane. Normally we say to everybody, put yourself in the left lane where possible, but we're going to be turning right at the second set of lights, which are very close here. So that means I've just put myself in the right hand lane and I'm preparing myself, I'm planning ahead for the next junction. So there we go, we should change any second. I do think that they've got these traffic, that the way they've set them up, the timings on them is all wrong. It's ridiculous. There always seems to be a traffic queue. It's not like they're helping the traffic move along really. Anyway, we're turning right here at this junction, at this next junction. We're on Blaby Road now, and we're turning right into Saffron Road. I'm just going to move into the centre here, so that when my space does arrive, then I'm in a good position to turn into Saffron Road. Just waiting in the centre, and any second now there'll be a space up there for me. The lorry is moving very fast. There you go. Bit scary. into Saffron Road. You were nearly a witness to a crash there, I hope you know. Okay, so we're coming along Saffron Road now. Now it's taking us back toward the driving test centre. You'll see that marked as DTC in the description below, driving test centre. And there's a mini roundabout ahead of us, and that's going to take us back into Tigers Road. So we're going to turn left, taking the first exit on the mini roundabout there. I'm looking for indicators. It all looks as though everyone's moving straight forward, so we're fine, we can turn in. And that's test route number 7, and it's test route number 7 of 15 for Tigers Road, and I'll see you in the next video.